All right, you guys, it is Wednesday, December 14th, and this is Laura Godwin, your Cincy Superstar Director, and super excited about tonight's topic because it's crazy important. It may be just like one of the most important things that you can do for your team, and that is welcoming them. Like, how do you, as a director or as a Cincy mama or a Cincy papa, how do you get that new recruit on your team excited from like right off the bat? They sign up, and then what do you send them? And so tonight I want to talk about a ton of different ideas, a ton of different styles. I don't want to just give you my idea. I don't want you to just be locked down into only knowing one style. I want you to have a full, broad range of different cool ideas that will work, because in this business, not just one person's way works. It's not like you have to do it one way to be successful. We can have tons of different variations, tons of different personalities, styles, and we can all get the job done and get it done well. So I brought along with me a very special new friend of mine, and I am super excited to share and show her off to you guys, because I am just, oh my gosh, super in love with her, her heart, her business. She's a boss baby, you guys. So Carma is on, and I'm going to turn the floor over to her in just a bit and let her share with you some of her ideas along this same line of welcoming your team to your to the Cincy journey, really. So I just want to talk just a real quick, just really fast about why. Because I've heard some directors and even some superstar directors tell me before, Cincy sends them something, I think. And there was like no passion in their voice when they said that. They were like, yeah, Cincy sends them something, I think. And I was like, wow, I don't want to leave anything up to chance. I know you guys don't either. We want to make the most of every moment. And it just so happens that the very first chance that we get to interact with these brand new people on our team, I don't care if they're under you or if they're 10 people under you, they're important. They make up your TWV. But more than that, they could one day be your next frontline director. They could one day be the person that stands on stage beside you for winning a trip or hitting these huge milestones. So what I want to talk about are, go ahead and in your mind, because everybody's answer to this may be different. And so in your mind, I hope that you have a sheet of paper handy, but if not, it's fine. What are some of the first things that you want someone that's just joined your team? What are some of the things that you would want them to know about immediately? So they sign up today, and 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 hours later, what do you want them to know about you? Think about that for just a second. You're their Cincy mama. You're their director. In their eyes, you could make or break this entire experience for them in their eyes, okay? So what do you want them to know about you? I'm going to let you answer that, and then I'm going to answer it for me. So for mine, I want them to know that I'm fun, that I'm real, that I'm not perfect, and I don't expect them to be. I want them to know that I'm there for them, that I want them to succeed. I want them to know that right off the bat. I want them to know that I'm approachable and that I'm not scary, that I'm not too busy for them. I want them to know all those things about me, okay? Now, the next question I want you to ask yourself is, what is the first thing or the first things that you want them to know about the support? Now, remember, this is a brand new consultant just joining your team. Everything's new and shiny. What do you want them to know right off the bat about the kind of support that they will have on this journey? What do you want them to know? Remember, you don't have months and months to catch them. A lot. And I was going to wow you guys with some crazy statistics, but I decided that I just want it. But there are some crazy statistics out there for what people have found, researchers and reports and all that kind of fun stuff have found that just like at church, if somebody joins or visits a church, more than likely they've made up their mind in the first 5 minutes of the service if they're going to ever come back again. 5 minutes. Well, same thing with Cincy. When they join your team, it may not be 5 minutes, right? But like maybe 5 days. They've decided whether or not they're going to really get gung-ho about this or if it's just kind of blah. Okay, so what did you write down? Maybe some things that you want them to know about the supports that they're going to have on this journey. So I'll share with you, with me, I want my new team member to know that they aren't locked into only getting support from their sponsor. I work really hard in my welcome to make sure they know that their sponsor isn't their only lifeline. I never want someone to do bad with Cincy and say, well, my sponsor didn't help me. Oh no, I debunk. Oh, is that the word? Debunk. I don't know. I don't feel real smart. I want to just destroy that myth right off the bat. This is not about your sponsor. This is about you. So I want them to, I want to show them all of the areas of support. I want them to talk. I want to tell them about my Facebook page, the team Facebook page. I want to tell them about the 800 number. I want to tell them about, I actually give them my email or my phone number. I'm going to tell them about these areas of support. Okay, so last question I have for you. What are some ways or some things that you want someone that's just joining your team to know about the opportunity? So what are some things that you would want them to, they just joined. What do you want them to know? So for me, I want them to know about the Shooting Star enhancement kit. I want them to know that right off the bat. That's an opportunity that they have that I feel like it's definitely my job to tell them about that. Another opportunity that I would want them to know about is, I don't know. I probably would want them to know about some of the fun and incentives that I do with the team on the team Facebook page. That's an opportunity I would want them to know about. So these are all just questions that you have to ask yourself as a director. What do you want someone that's just joining your team to know about you? What do you want them to know about the support? And what do you want them to know about the opportunity? When you can answer those questions confidently, then you'll know what to put into your welcome. You'll know how to structure your welcome, what to say. And if you're like me, you might have so much to say that you want to break it up and not just do it all in one video or one email. You may want to do a 2-part thing. So there are a million different ways to get across what you just wrote down or what you just thought in your head, what you want your team to think about you, what you want them to think about the support, and how do you want to communicate the opportunities. There's so many different ways. And I'm going to turn the floor over to Carma because I'm really in love with her simple system. I cannot wait for you guys to hear about it. But if it's all right, I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot, Carma, but would you give us a little bit about your Cincy story? We heard a lot about you from your video on stage at Reunion, and that was amazing. But I think that there's so much more that makes you amazing. So would you, before you give us your awesome welcome system, would you tell us a little bit about yourself and just anything?
Okie dokie. Well, I am from Virginia. I've lived here all of my life. Nowhere else. So I'm kind of boring as far as that goes. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 22 years now. Oh. And when I joined Cincy, I'd been a stay-at-home mom for 15 years. Oh. So I don't really do anything outside of my home work-wise, except for maybe my husband's business. I do his payroll, but that's not really anything fascinating. I like to do things with my friends and my family. I do relay. I'm a captain for our Relay for Life team. It's really near to my heart because my grandmother passed away from cancer, and so did my father-in-law. And then, of course, I have cancer. I've been battling skin cancer since September of 2015. So that's really near and dear to me. But as far as my Cincy journey goes, I joined because the girl I had been ordering from, I could never get my orders from her. So I'm like, well, I'll just go ahead and join. I'll get a discount. Don't really want to do anything with it. And that was fun for me in the beginning. And then I remember when I got my first recruit, she joined online And I freaked out and I called my sponsor and I'm like, okay, I don't want her. Can you take her? And she was like, it doesn't go that way, but you want her because one day you might decide you want this. And I'm like, no, I just want the discount. And so I went on like that for about a year, I think it was, maybe a year and a half. And then I earned my first incentive trip by accident. It was January 15th, and she called me and she was like, you know that you're 500 points away from earning the trip to Punta Cana because it was 2012. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And she was like, yeah, you are. And I was like, well, what is this trip anyway? I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how you earned it. I didn't know anything. So I ended up earning the trip by accident, basically, with a team of 9. And I decided, heck, if I can do this by accident, what could I do if I actually applied myself and tried? So from then on out, I haven't missed a Cincy event at all. I started going to every reunion. I went to the first spring sprint and then, of course, World Tour. And now we're getting ready to have World Premiere, which I'm really excited about because I love movies and popcorn. So it's going to be really fun. So now I have a team of 135. I'm still just the director, but I'm hoping that 2017 is going to be my year, and some of these girls are going to get motivated and want to become director. A lot of them get really close, and then when it doesn't happen, they give up. And I try telling them, you can't give up. If it's important to you, then you can't give up. You have to keep going. It'll happen when it's your time.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about me promoting. It'll happen when it's God's plan, not mine. So. But that's my little Cincy story and a little bit about me.
I love it.
I'm just me. What you see is what you get.
I love it. So tell us a little bit about, well, first of all, I love your story. Let me just say, you aren't just you. You are like, wow, you, okay? For real. I was drawn to you, and I had never met you. Well, you know, I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but, you know, I'd never really met you until we came up for that nomination, but I was drawn to you. There's something very special about you. So tell us a little bit, you're welcome. Tell us a little bit about your welcome system. You shared a little bit about me. You shared a little bit about it with me, and so tell us a little bit about, like, let's take it from, like, okay, you get the email, you have a new team member, break it down to us what you do, where you go from there.
Okay, well, I'm a little stalkerish, so when I get the email and I see their name, the first thing I do is go to Facebook and see if I'm friends with them. Yeah. Or find out, you know, I search, if I'm not friends with them, then I look at their sponsors page and I find out who they are, and I send them a friend request.
Okay.
And along with that friend request, I send them a personal message letting them know who I am, first of all. That way they don't think I'm just some kind of stalker friending them on Facebook. Let them know that I'm their director and that I sent them a friend request, so I'll be able to add them to our team page and to our getting certified page, because I have another group that's just for getting certified, and it's got 10 simple steps. We don't post in that group. It's just steps and videos explaining how they get started. Oh. It's kind of like a no-brainer to me, but a lot of people aren't goal-driven like I am, so they like to see the steps laid out. Yeah. And it tells them everything from the first step is you go and you announce whole world that you are selling Cincy. Okay. And then there's a step in there telling them how to edit their PWS, because of course when someone goes to your website, they're more likely to buy from you if they see a picture of you instead of that ugly Goldsmith warmer. Right. Sorry if any of y'all like the Goldsmith warmer. I won't hold it against you that you have bad taste. And then just write a little story about yourself. But anyway, so I let them know that. And 9 times out of 10, they accept the friend request. Actually, 10 times out of 10, I've never had anyone not accept it. And then I immediately add them to both groups. I'll welcome them in the team group page. I just have a cute little picture. I'm not really good with electronics, so I can't make these cute little pictures of their faces with welcome to the team like everyone does. I probably need to learn that, but I'm old school, so I don't know how to do that yet. But I do have a cute little welcome image. I have several of them. That way I'm not using the same one all the time. Welcome them to the team page, letting them know that we're all there for them. We're here to support them, that even if they can't reach their sponsor, they can reach someone on the team page 24/7.
Yeah.
And then I send them an email, and the email is just a simple little email, and it tells them a little bit about me, a little bit about my story. It lets them know about the team page again, because even though I sent it to them in that message on Facebook, some people don't really read Facebook messages. They just
Right.
skim over them. So
Yeah.
in the email, I have in there about the team page. I have in there again about the getting certified page, and let them know that we don't post in there just because I don't want to be blowing up their Facebook. Plus that group where I have the posts numbered, I like them to stay in order because I'm a little OCD and I don't like them to be accurate. That way they can find them easier also. And then I let them know that this is their journey, but that we're all here to support them and not to compare themselves to someone else. If they're on the team page and they see someone selling $1,000 that month, for them not to feel like a failure if they've only done 200, that this is your own journey, take it at your own pace.
Yeah.
And then in the email, it also tells them just a little bit about Shooting Star and Sensational Start. And that's all I put in that email. Now, I do have a second email I send out if it's during an incentive period when they join, and that's just that second email is just letting them know about whatever incentive we're working towards. Because if they started in November, they might not know that we have an incentive going on if their sponsor didn't tell them or whatever. So I have that second email. Now, if they are my direct frontline, I also go live on their Facebook page. Just welcome them to the page. This is something new since now we have live. Before you couldn't do that. But they seem to like it because it's just a cute little live on there. It gets their friends interested because it's kind of like on their page and they can hop in and welcome them. And then on the team page, of course, whenever I welcome them to the team page, my team is very supportive. I'm very lucky. I've never met a team quite like mine, and I'm not just saying that because it's mine, but we have no drama. Everyone is there to support each other. They don't care, who you are, what color your skin is, if you're gay, straight, they don't care. They just love everyone. So the team is really nice. As soon as I welcome someone on there, they all hop on and congratulate them, and they're sending friend requests like crazy. And one girl, I remember one time when she joined, she sent me a message and she was like, is it normal that I just now got 75 friend requests? And I'm like, well, if they're from the team page, that's probably why. She thought something was going like completely wrong with her Facebook. But that's just my simple system. I like to keep things simple. I don't think that you need to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. And I feel like as long as you are yourself and you communicate with them and you let them know that you and the whole team is there to help them. And of course, Cincy, because you tell them about the training center and all of that. I feel like that really gets them motivated and that they feel welcomed. And I just don't feel like you need to do a whole lot. I probably need to spruce up my email a little bit because I haven't changed it out in about a year. But I feel like I get a little bit more personal touch whenever you're welcoming them on the team page, because then you can talk a little bit more.
So when you go to their Facebook wall and you're like going live or whatever, what are some things that you cover during that time? Is it just like a big fanfare where you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited you started Cincy? Or do you actually do more than that during that live video?
No, I don't really go into like any Cincy business on that live video just because it's more like to draw attention that they're now a consultant and to get their friends ready to support them. Because I'll say in the live video, I'm always like, okay, so-and-so is getting ready to do her launch party. Who wants to come? Who's going to book her first party? And most of the time they end up having a party booked just from that video because of me going, who's going to be her first party? You're going to be really happy that you chose her, to do your first party, blah, blah, blah. And it normally helps that. And then it kind of breaks the ice for them because a lot of them don't want to go onto their Facebook and be like, oh, I sell Cincy now, buy for me, because they feel pushy.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like an icebreaker for them, and it lets them know that there are people interested, so they don't feel like they're really pushing it. They feel like they're more or less sharing with them because Amy was like, hey, I'm so excited you started selling. I need a new consultant. So it kind of breaks the ice a little bit for them, I feel.
I love that. I'm just super, super impressed. That is a really fine idea. I love it. I also love your getting to certified page. Like the wheels are turning in my head. I love that a lot. So, and you know what? I also just took away too. Oh my gosh, just so much good stuff. Okay, so I never ever thought about telling them about ourselves, like giving them an idea of who we are and why we joined Scentsy or our Scentsy journey. I mean, like, I think that's a really key element that I had never thought about before. I super love it. So, oh my gosh, tons of inspiration, just as I knew it would be, because you rock. Thank you
So do you, my friend.
What?
I said, so do you.
No, whatever. You are awesome. Okay. So I don't even know how much time we have left, because I know that this thing will tell you when you have 10 minutes left, but I'm assuming, since I don't see it on the screen, I'm assuming that we're good on time.
I don't see the time either on my end.
I don't either, but I think it's good. Oh my gosh. I really just want to let you do more talking, because I was learning so much listening to you. So one of the things that oh my gosh, I connected with so many things that you said. I just want to sit and like digest it. It's super awesome. But one of the things that I do know is I've watched other companies, and I know that other companies, and Scensy's big on this too, and they're revamping their welcome systems as well. But I know that other companies really put a lot of stock into, and they're very convinced that they need to grab these people right at the beginning. They're so convinced about this, other companies are, that they don't just do a welcome system. They actually attach a prize for the person, the new rep or whatever, that completes the welcome system and then does a step 1 or step 2. Like, there's a prize attached. They know that getting them inspired and getting them going in that first 2 or 3 days is so key and so important that they're willing to offer a discounted or a free prize. And then I also know, and I actually know some Scentsy directors that do, okay, watch this welcome video and let me know when you finish it, and we'll have a one-on-one coaching call. And I think that's really a cool element that I've done before, but not consistently. But I really feel like that if they felt like that they had a time where I was actually saying, okay, watch this video. Have you watched it? I really want to schedule the coaching call. I think that would inspire them to take it a little bit more seriously in the beginning, instead of just saying, oh, well, I've got time. I mean, I've got, this is something I'm just doing for fun. Because, I mean, as Carma just said, and you guys know my story, we joined for fun. We never intended to take it anywhere other than just the free and discounted product and, just the fun along the way. And so, I don't know, those are a couple of ideas that you may want to consider adding to your video or your text or your email or your snail mail, or even your live. I love that idea, your live video chat. So I want to open it up to you guys. Freezing cold, Vanessa, and Lisa Bailey. I love your ceiling fan. It is the bomb.
I'm sorry. Let me show you what I'm doing, because you can't make fun of me. This is what I'm doing.
No, it's okay, rock star. It's all right. Oh my gosh, you look so much like Kelly Clarkson tonight. It's crazy.
Yeah, she does.
My beautician. My hair. Hey, lovely.
Okay, so I want to open it up for questions, because I've done a lot of the talking, but you guys haven't. So maybe you have a question for Carma, because we have her undivided attention for this moment in time, and we're super excited. So maybe you have a question for her. And she didn't know I was doing this, but I'm sure she's going to roll with it. You guys have a question for her about the welcome system or anything. I mean, just pick her brain, or if you have a question for me, then that's fine too. I'll turn it over. I know that Ashley is hiding somewhere with Vanessa. And so
she's in the chat serving customers.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you have a question for Carma or I? Lisa?
I don't have a question. I have a request. I really want to see, I'm a hands-on person, so I really would like to see a sample welcome letter, because it's been like 5.5 years since I've gotten yours, and I don't want to dig through my email to try to find it. So Could you send me a sample of what you send so that I know how to make mine up?
It's in the Purple Cows. I tagged you to it, but that was a really long time ago. Or maybe I tagged Jessica to it and forgot to tag you because you hit director after her. So you know what? I think I'm having a super epic fail moment. I think I forgot to tag you.
It's okay. It's totally okay because I'm like, I know I remember
too.
getting it.
Okay. So I'll tag all of you guys again because what I did for my sorry, Carma, you're like coming into like what? Anyway, so our director's page is called the Purple Cows, and so what I did like 4 or 5 years ago for my directors is I got on the Superstar Director page and I begged them for their welcome letters so that I could throw my Purple Cows a bunch of different inspiration, not just like one. And so it's like super fun. It's like the best document ever because it's a lot of different ideas. So the only ones that's not there is Karma's. Hint, hint.
Well, if you'll add me to the page, then I can send you mine.
I
You
would
can add it.
I would love that. So, and you guys,
In my email, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you
talking. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
In my email, I also attach a survey. And the survey is really just about them. But if they send it back to me within 48 hours, they get a sensational prize. And the only thing I'll send you the survey too. And it's nothing like major or mind-blowing. It's just I asked them, of course, even though it's on the workstation, I like to see things on paper. So I asked them, of course, their address, their phone number, if they prefer to be text or emailed. I asked them for their birthday. I asked them in there like what their goals are for Cincy. That way, if they say they just want the discount or they say they want to build a team, I kind of know where to start focusing my attention with them. And then it just asks them a little bit like what their hobbies are. It's mainly just for me to get to know them. But by them answering that, I know a little bit more about how to help them. And plus, whenever every now and then I do little fun mail. I do it twice a month. And I'll pick whoever has been the most active on the team page helping others. And I like to know what their interests are. That way, if I'm not sending them a Cincy gift, I can send them something that they like. Like if they like going to Starbucks, I like to send them a Starbucks card. Or if they like going to McDonald's, or if they like to read, I send them a book. So that's the main reason for the survey, but I'll include that also for you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, I've almost got chills. You are dripping with inspiration. Like I need to have a coaching call with you coaching me. Seriously.
I think I need you to coach me.
No, this is awesome. Like, look, you guys, I'm writing on my Starbucks receipt. Look at all these notes I'm taking from. This is good. This is good. Like I'm running out of room. I'm going to have to open it up and write on the inside. You did this, Karma. Oh my gosh. Okay. So yeah. So I will add you. I've got to make a note to myself. I will add you to my Purple Cows page and you can share your awesomeness on there for us. And then I will bump it up and I'll tag Vanessa and Lisa and I'll tag all of the new directors. I should have already done that, but I will get on that. And okay, so any more questions or requests? I like that request. I'm so glad in my mind, I thought I already did that. I'm so glad you brought it up.
For the video, the welcome video that you sent, Laura, is that a Cincy one or is that like a custom, like a personalized one from you?
I do the personalized one from me, and I'm pretty stinking stoked because when you watch it, I made it like 4 or 5 years ago or 3 or 4 years ago. When you watch it and then you watch the Cincy one, you're going to find a lot of the same elements. I'm super excited. Jason Harwood asked me to give it to them last fall or early this spring. And now I know why. And so anyway, I'm not saying the Cincy one is way better because mine is super wordy. So if you learn anything from mine, learn not to be so darn wordy. But it's on there. It's on the Purple Cows. And I'll be honest, I take things a little extreme. Mine's a 4-part system, but it's everything that they need for their first month. So And I have an assistant, and that kind of helps because if it was all on my shoulders, it would probably be a two-part system. But anyway, I send one out on the first day that they join, and then I send another one out 2 to 3 days later, another one out the next week, and then the next week. So it's kind of like a progressional type thing. So when you watch it, don't think that they're getting all of that within their first week, because that's totally not it at all. So I will, it's on there though. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be embarrassed once I see Carma's. I'm going to be like, never mind.
I doubt that.
Like, Laura doesn't have a welcome. No, what's the thing that it says? Pending revision. That's going to be the sign on mine. Like, pending Carma revision. Anyway, okay. So, Lisa, did you have another question?
You said that you send out a survey. You're going to send us a sample of your survey, and do you use like the Survey Monkey, or what do you use?
No, I'm really old school, so it's literally just a Word document attachment to the email. And then they can either email it to me or they can mail it back. And I tell them that in the email. They can do either one. And that way I can print it off and put it in their folder, because I have a team binder and it's alphabetical order, and it just tells me everything about them. That way if something would happen and we lose power here a lot in the wintertime. And that way if I'm still wanting to send out stuff to my team whenever I don't have access to a computer because my power's out, then I can still flip through my team folder and I'm able to see everything. So I just really like old school. I like paper.
That's a good idea.
That's a really good idea.
I do too. Well, it's going to shut down on us because we have less than a minute. So thank you guys so much for being on. Thank you, Carma. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you, Carma.
For real.
Thank
Beating a celebrity.
I'm not a celebrity, but thank you.
Yes, we owe you big time. And Vanessa, I hope you and Ashley stay warm. And Lisa, good luck with all of your labeling. That's pretty awesome.
Do you want
She's
to come
warm in there. I'm out here.
Oh, bless your hearts. That's just awful. I'm so
Gotta get that director hustle on.
That's right.
Exactly.
You go, girl. No doubt. All right. Well, I love you guys. Big hugs, and thanks everybody for being on. Carma, thank you so much for taking time tonight to be on with us. I know it's